Well, we're moving on, we're coasting on. It's Sunday, by the way, 29th of March, 2015. Nigeria, 2015, the elections held yesterday. And in so many other parts where they had a bit of problem, the elections continue today. It is Sunday, by the way. And of course, we have seen this before. It looks much like deja vu. Anambra election in some other places. It snowballed into the other day, and that is what we're having to see nationally in almost all geopolitical zones. Well, yesterday we spoke with so many other persons. Of course, the former president of Malawi was live with us on this particular program, and everyone share in Nigerians' optimism on this particular elections. And of course, we also spoke with the governors. Have they voted? What do they think about this particular election? Well, our correspondents were across the entire nation, the zones. They spoke with the governor of Delta State, the governor of Ogun State, the governor of Plateau State, the governor of Anambra State, the governor of Lagos State, and on and on. And in fact, some senatorial candidates and the people, well, that you would want to call heavyweights in political parties, they all share their view on this particular moment we are experiencing now. And for some, well, they gave their reservations about the card readers. But for INEC, well, one problem doesn't mean that really it can't be sorted out. So they say elections will continue in such places. Well, let's hear some of our correspondents' views on this, or rather what our correspondents gathered from across the country on the elections. And when we come back, we'll look at more as the election unfolds today, and well, looking at how much of effort Nigerian security has put into this particular election, which has so far been adjudged peaceful.
Finally, the D-Day has come for Nigerians to vote in their president. Across the country, accreditation commenced in full force. In Lagos, southwest Nigeria, all appeared to be going well. The streets were deserted. The polling units were the busy areas where people underwent the accreditation process. Ekiti and Oyo states also had people at the polling units being accredited.
No matter what happens, we must ensure that there is no violence. We must all come together as one. We are first and foremost Nigerians. Whether you're an APC member, PDP, a Christian or a Muslim, Northern or a Southerner, whatever you are, we are Nigerians. And to be a Nigerian is a beautiful thing. And we should understand that the whole world is watching us. So let's do it together. Let's stand in unity and in peace. And whoever wins at the end of the day, let's remember that we are first and foremost Nigerians, and this country must move forward.
From the southwest to the southeast, in Owerri, the Imo State capital, election materials arrived at about 8 a.m. Accreditation had also commenced, except for a few hitches which the INEC official promised would be sorted out. Accreditation seemed to have started a bit late in Cross River State in Nigeria's south-south.
INEC officers are not here. 8 o'clock was the accreditation. Nothing has started.
At the Federal Housing Estate in Calabar, INEC materials arrived at about 8:30 a.m. In Rivers State, the citizens seemed impressed with the accreditation process. They said the election preparation this time was better than the previous.
To see that they have dispatched people to the various wards, which was not like that before, which was not what we used to see. There's a great improvement. Even as I was driving into this place, a few units I've seen people, I've also seen security, I've seen some INECs have in 1 or 2 places. What it means that there's a tremendous improvement from what it used to be before.
But for the state governor, Chibike Amechi, all appeared not to be well, as he refused to be accredited over non-availability of result sheets at his polling unit.
It's that I'm denied voting. No, it can't be that you have refused to be accredited. If you show me the result sheet now, I will go for accreditation. If you show me a result sheet here now, I will go for accreditation. I heard the copper say no result sheet. So what am I accrediting for?
They are refusing even INEC official from moving the material. I've told the brigade commander I'm waiting to see what he's going to do.
Away from the south and to the north, in Kano State, there was a crowd of people waiting to be accredited. While some stood in the queue, others sat, waiting patiently. There was also the presence of security personnel. At about 9 a.m. in Jos Plateau State, materials were distributed to the ad hoc staff. All over the country, the accreditation exercise witnessed mixed fortunes, but in many areas, voting has since taken place.
Well, plenty of discussions ongoing across the world on this particular election, in the country, in your neighborhood. But again, the big man of INEC has been speaking. Recall yesterday they had an unfortunate incident concerning their website, which was hacked. But the good thing, they were able to manage the situation pronto, and well, it came back up and running. But he's been able to tell Nigerians what he thinks and he feels that they are doing on this particular one, not leaving anyone in doubt. He spoke yesterday.
There are 13 federal constituencies where elections have to be rescheduled to April 11th, regrettably because of an inexplicable shortages in the ballot papers. 7 federal constituencies were affected in Jigawa State. And we did stakeholder meeting and suggested that we could do the 3 which are perfect, which had no challenges today, and then do the remaining 7 on April 11th. But the stakeholders were almost unanimous that we should actually reschedule all the 11 to April the 11th, and we have done so. But in addition to this 11 in Jigawa, 1 in Wukari was also rescheduled because of similar challenges, and another in Ethiopia East and West was also rescheduled. Now this is unfortunate, it's regrettable in spite of our best effort, but it's still relatively okay. If you compare it to 2011, actually federal constituencies alone we rescheduled over 60, and then we also rescheduled some senatorial because of shortages of materials, you know. So if you compare this to 2011, statistically it looks better than that, but we regret it, and of course it's a lesson that we have learned, which we also will factor into our preparations for the governorship and state assembly elections on April 11th.
Okay, now what implication will this shift have on the results that are being expected?
No, as I have said, they are constituency elections.
Okay,
so it does not affect return on senatorial elections. It will not affect returns on the presidential election. It will not even affect returns on the other constituency elections. So it's only these specific constituencies, federal constituencies, members of House of Reps. So in these places, 13 places, which means 13 members of House of Reps, we will not know the results until April 11th.
Well, the issues that are at stake at the moment now, tweets are coming in already. People are being turned back around Ojota axis of Lagos, Nigeria, southwest of the country. And they say, well, soldiers that have manned the streets. The good thing is, well, they were not around the polling stations. They kept to their word, and they kept to the act and to the judgment of the courts, asking them to back off from the polling units. But now we understand it's Palm Sunday, Mark, we're right, and so many other things that shouldn't be done to people as they move to worship, which is an important day in the life of a Christian. But I'd like to very quickly introduce our guest here, Captain Omar Aliu. Good morning, and thanks for joining us again this morning.
Good morning.
We started off this course since, well, almost 72 hours now. We were here on a Friday. But again, we'll come back to you because I really have to let people in on what they should be doing concerning the social media platform since the tweets are already coming in concerning the particular movement, especially here in Lagos. Let's go through that again. Let the Twitter handle pop up so that people can be better refreshed on this particular one. The handle you get is on your screen in a moment at channelstv.com, and of course you have the website m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device, and so that most eligible Nigerian voters who could not cast their votes yesterday, well, they have another opportunity to do that. Use the Twitter handle, you have it there on your screen, and of course you can also send us pictures through our Eyewitness platform. Here's how you go about that. Download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones, and just tap the Eyewitness menu and follow the instructions.